What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have got some absolutely huge news for Star Wars Hunters, as there's actually been a huge update which we sort of knew about the other day, but it has all started to actually take place now, and the iOS version of the game is actually live right now in the soft launch, meaning if you guys do have an iOS device, meaning essentially any sort of iPhone or an iPad or anything like that, you guys are going to be able to start playing the game right now. Before we get into all of this news, if you guys are new to the channel, then definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. There is going to be plenty of Star Wars Hunters content on the way in 2022, but with that being said, let's get stuck right into all of this very juicy news. So there is actually quite a lot of stuff to go through today. I've got a huge list of all the changes that they made in the update, as well as the changes to the soft launch in general, but the main thing that I wanted to focus on, at least first off, was the fact that, like I said, the game is now available on iOS, and they have actually added 2 different locations to the soft launch as well, in Brazil and Mexico. As of right now, the game is officially live in Brazil, Mexico, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In those locations, it's available on both Android and iOS, and it does have some sort of limitations to what device you have to have. They do have to be a somewhat recent device. If you've got an iPhone from 10 years ago, then that's probably not going to work, because this is actually a pretty hardware intensive game. So if your phone is maybe 5 to 10 years old, I don't think it's going to work for you guys, unfortunately. But if you guys have anything from pretty much the last 3 to 4 years minimum, then regardless of where you are in the world, you are going to be able to play Star Wars Hunters right now. Now, you might be wondering why, because I did just list all of these soft launch locations. The reason is that you can actually download the game through a VPN. You can essentially trick either the Apple Store or the Android Store, I think it's Google Play. You can trick those into essentially thinking that you are in one of those locations. Then once you've downloaded the game, you don't actually ever need to use the VPN again. And the evidence of that is, obviously, I've been playing for 3 months now. I've pretty much never used a VPN other than to actually download it. And obviously I'm in Australia, so it's not available for soft launch in Australia, but like I said, I've been playing for pretty much 3 months now, and I've never once had to use a VPN. So that is definitely, for me, the biggest news from this whole announcement, that all of you guys who are on iOS, as well as obviously Android, you guys can actually start playing Star Wars Hunters right now. Now, I'm not going to sort of go through and explain how to do that in this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to the Star Wars Hunters News Network Discord server down below. In that server, there are pretty much tutorials on how to actually download the game regardless of your location on iOS, Android, and on your PC as well. So if you guys have a good PC, you can do what I'm doing and actually play it through an emulator. And so if you guys are interested in actually downloading the game for yourself, head to the link in the description, which is the Discord link, and in that server you can see all the tutorials. And I've pretty much all this morning I've seen a bunch of new players coming in, and they seem to be figuring it out really easily. So I think on iOS it's actually a lot easier than it has been in the past. From what I can see, it's only about 5 or 6 different steps, and then you can play the game. So like I said, join the Discord down below and you guys can start playing. But with that being said, let's get stuck into the rest of the news from the update. So obviously, on top of all of those changes to the actual soft launches and the iOS changes and the extra 2 countries, there was actually a bunch of content added to the soft launch as well. We got the 2 new hunters added in Scorer and Sprocket. We got the Hutball game mode, which you guys might know from SWTOR. It's essentially like handball, but in Star Wars, and you can obviously shoot each other and stuff. So it's essentially a sport within the game. With that came 3 new Hutball maps, which are all completely brand new. There's nothing reused from previous maps or anything like that. And then we also got 1 new escort map, which is the Great Hunt, and that one is absolutely enormous. It's probably already my favorite map in the game. So all of the content that they added in terms of the new hunters and the new modes and maps, it has really sort of added a bit of life into the game, because obviously those of us that have been playing since, say, November, as fun as the game is, we've been playing on the same essentially 4 maps since then. And so now to get an extra mode, 2 more hunters, and 4 brand new maps, that is definitely very exciting. Now, on top of those bits of content, we also got a bunch of new skins as well, not only for the new hunters that were added, but for some of the previous hunters in the game. We also got some new skins for those guys as well. We also then got some smaller sort of implementations, like an avatar. So you can now choose essentially your little banner. It says your level and it says your gamer tag, obviously, and then it has a little avatar that you can sort of unlock as you go and choose which one you want to use. We also got a stats page, which is actually a pretty intensive stats page. It's got a heap of different stats on there, stuff that I didn't really expect them to even add. And then on top of that, we also got added to the challenges screen. We got a season screen. Now that isn't quite enabled yet, but that is really exciting to see as well. It could end up leading to maybe a battle pass type of system, or even if it doesn't, it could just be a bunch of really long challenges that take place over, say, a 2-month period, for example, and they might come with some really awesome skins or even a new hunter or whatever the case may be. So that isn't quite enabled just yet, but that is a new implementation into the UI on the home screen, and that is very exciting to see as well. Now, one of the biggest changes for me outside of the iOS stuff that I mentioned, they have actually really ramped up the progression system of the game. They've added an overall level for your actual like account. So previously it was only just the hunter levels, you could level up each hunter, but your actual like overall account didn't have a level. They have now added that, and they've also added a bunch of rewards to those levels. I think the max level right now is 50, and that most likely will end up getting increased in the future because they've already increased some of the hunter levels too. And so essentially, not only when you level up your hunters, but when you level up your account in general, you're going to unlock a bunch of cool rewards. Most of those are actually just crystals and the hunter tokens, which can essentially be used to unlock new hunters for free. So the general progression has been absolutely ramped up. They've also increased the hunters max levels from level 15 to level 25. And then on top of that, they've also actually changed what you get when you level up a hunter. It used to just be credits, and then I think every 5 levels you could get crystals. Whereas now you can actually unlock different modules for your loadouts. You can unlock new skins, you can unlock new animations and stuff. So the progression system in general has just been ramped up massively, and that is one of the biggest things that I wanted changed. It was definitely a little bit like lacking in that way in the first like 3 months of the soft launch, but that is now actually pretty much what you'd expect from any other shooter on the market, and so that is definitely very good to see as well. Now, one other small thing that I noticed was that when you actually go into your match history, which is in the stats page, there is actually a part where it says that, you know, the matches that we've been playing, it says that they're casual, and so I'm actually starting to wonder if that could be hinting at actually like a ranked mode or something. If there was no such thing as casual or ranked, they obviously wouldn't bother to put the word casual on the game that you've just played. So the fact that it says casual makes it feel like there is going to be a ranked mode added down the line. That isn't in the game just yet, so take all of that with a grain of salt. We don't know if that's going to be the case, but that definitely does seem to hint at that, and I think that would be huge for the game. Having something to actually grind for and having like a rank system to try and reach the top ranks, that would be absolutely amazing. And for me personally, that would get me like truly addicted to this game, where I would be playing every day trying to, you know, get to the highest rank, trying to be in that sort of top 1% of players in the whole world. That would be so much fun. And so yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, it's not confirmed or anything, but like I said, I don't think they would put casual there if there wasn't some sort of plans for a ranked play, or at least some other type of mode. It might not be ranked, but it's just, yeah, there's going to be casual and something else. They wouldn't bother to put that in the game otherwise. That is pretty much it for this one though, guys. Like I said, this is an absolutely huge update, and personally I don't think there's a better time to actually start playing hunters than right now. They've made it a lot more consumer friendly. At the moment you can actually unlock Utuni and Slingshot completely for free, just for literally leveling up to level 5 and to level 10. They've upped the crystal gain to honestly probably more than double what it used to be, just because you can unlock them through leveling up your hunters now. And so in general, it just feels like it's a lot more consumer friendly. There's no more like massive long grind to unlock any hunters. If you guys start playing now, for example, you're going to be able to unlock hunters a lot faster than we could in the previous sort of like 3 months of the game. For some context, I've been playing pretty much every single day for 3 months now. In that time, I had unlocked 2 different hunters in J3DI and Sentinel, and then literally this morning I have unlocked 3 hunters. 2 of those were for free. I'd already leveled up to level 5 and level 10, so I just got those 2 instantly, but then I also gained enough crystals through all of the other leveling that I'd done to unlock the new hunter in Scorer as well. So it took me 3 months to unlock 2 hunters, and now in essentially one single day, obviously part of that is just the grind that I've been doing beforehand, but in one single day I've gotten 3 free hunters. So like I said, it is a perfect time to start playing. The game is way more sort of accessible now, and on top of that, obviously with more iOS players coming in, the player base is going to start to get a lot more healthy, and I think we're going to start getting a lot more like full lobbies and just in general a lot more of an exciting game. So like I said, if you guys want to try and download it for yourself and give it a try, then head to the Hunters Discord in the description, and in that server you'll be able to find everything you need to know about playing the game. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. I'm actually going to be back tomorrow with another video on all of the LEGO Star Wars news at the IGN FanFest, so there is going to be plenty more Star Wars gaming content right here on the channel over the next few days, and probably around, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours after this video goes live, I'm actually going to be live streaming Star Wars Hunters on the channel. So Star Wars gaming is definitely starting to pick up a little bit, and I'm going to be definitely pumping out the content right here on the channel. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. Thank you all very much for tuning in. You guys have a great day, and may the force be with you always.